Hey, Shalom Salaki, I got cut off. But just finishing up where I was, just saying, that what did you people think would happen, man? All right, and I just want to go into Habakkuk, the first chapter, Salaki. Habakkuk, the second chapter, verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the thing is, there's the men that have been preparing for the time to come, and have been watching for these signs. They're the ones who aren't surprised that all these things are happening. But these other people are caught unawares because they weren't watching for the prophetic events. And on top of that, they were adding into the wickedness that this place is protruding, man. All right, and it says what? Verse 2, it says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Okay, so although the Heavenly Father said he was going to destroy America and bring all these things that's happening, and it's just the beginning, Akim. This is just the beginning, and this is like the very tip of the beginning, man. Like, this is nothing compared to what's actually about to fall down the pipeline. Another thing too is, Akim, if you really care, for your family, just keep them in prayer, man, because they're gonna have to go through some things that, of course, we don't want them to go through, man. Because I was just with my mother earlier, and it kind of was a little bit. It was a little bit hard for me to, even think that something like that would happen. Back when I was younger, when I was first coming in this faith, and I lived with my mother, I was like, man, if she gotta go, she gotta go, man. But as you start to grow more in this truth, and you start to understand, the concept of, family and love, so on and so forth, and especially when you spend time away from somebody, you actually begin to grow a more of a fonder or relationship with that person, especially, your parents. The more you start to get into this truth, the more you start to understand what it really means to honor your mother and your father, and, it was kind of hard for me to even think about that, that somehow, some way, my mother may have to, go through some things as far as, having to be forced to take the microchip. But we just pray for the best for our family, man. That's all we really can do, because the trial really begins with you. The trial really begins with, the reason why is because we're the ones who are trying to run for that 144,000 spot, or to be one of the 144,000, So really, you're the foundation. The foundation is the man that's watching this video, that prays to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Rakakadash. So these things the vision was yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. These things are speaking, man. Okay, and you're gonna start to see a lot of people that you being that black sheep. A lot of people who used to neglect the words that we used to say, or the words that we said, and the way that we interpret it, well, from the interpretation of the Heavenly Father, the words that we've been saying from time and time again. Those same very people that have been denying what we've been saying since the very beginning are going to start to come back and are going to actually start to ask you questions, because they understand that you knew what the hell you were talking about, man. Okay? So it says what? It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Okay? So that's really the main point, The Heavenly Father said that these things won't tarry. These things are actually going to come to pass, and they're actually happening. And that's the whole concept of this video. What did you think? What the hell did you think would happen, man? The Heavenly Father said, if you're wicked, I'm going to destroy you. America is the biggest. Actually, I'm gonna end with this precept, because America is the biggest land. I won't say the biggest land, but the mother of harlots, for lack of a better term, okay, and all abominations. This place is filled with filthiness and wickedness, man. No place is as wicked as America, man. And that's a fact. Okay? This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 9. Except the Lord of hosts, or Yahweh Tazabawaf, had left us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom and should have been like unto Gomorrah. You know? So if the Lord didn't lead that remnant here to essentially be saved, then this place would have completely been obliterated, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. But there's a certain number of men that are going to be saved out here. Men, women, and children are going to be saved out of America, that the Heavenly Father is essentially holding off that main judgment for, you know? So with that, I give all praises, glory, and honor to the Heavenly Father, none other than Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Ba'ashim Rakakadash, Shenya Kabaga Wala Bakaza Koyim Now Ba'aith, Wa Shalom Wa Barakam La Bakarim Shiyasha Allah, Shalom Makyam. Death to America, man.